Welcome to Season 2 of Saracen's Travels. We are Andrew and Irene, a couple who took early retirement to pursue an adventure on the high seas. Last year we sailed across the Atlantic and are now sailing in the Caribbean, with a goal of reaching the British Virgin Islands. Come and join us on the journey as we head back north. Please subscribe to our channel and please remember to leave a like. So hurricane season is now behind us and we start making plans to head north. In this video we set out to get back up to Carriacou. I want to try and snorkel at a few places to try out the new camera underwater. After our first Thanksgiving dinner aboard SV Wiki Wiki, Mark and Sonia's yacht, we then planned to set off north. And here's a short mimic of how we got there. We stopped at a few places on the way, ending up at Sandy Island in Carriacou. We then went down to Tidal Bay. Just before we leave, a super yacht comes in, belonging to a Russian oligarch. Is he on the sanctions list? Maybe. So we unfurl the Jenny and head off to Grand Mal Bay. This is a sculpture park for snorkelling. However, this is an MPA, a marine protected anchorage. So we drop anchor where the guidebook shows the anchor sign. However, we then read that it's only allowed to use mooring buoys and anchoring is forbidden. So we move and we head up to Halifax Bay instead.
The winds were light and we ghosted along at a few knots. Andrew noticed that our compass heading was 90 degrees off. Teething problems. There's always early season teething problems. The anchorage just outside Halifax Harbour. This anchorage is meant to be good for snorkelling, however the water was very murky, so snorkelling is off for today.
People don't often come up to Halifax because this is a location of the island dump. However, there's a wee anchorage just outside Halifax, which is ideal. Anchor underneath the house with the green roof. This is this evening's anchorage. We're in a place called Black Bay, just outside Halifax, which is middle up the west coast of Grenada. We've got a catamaran and another monohull with us. And just up there is Halifax, and you can see a wee bit of smoke coming out the dump. And it's a cracking day, and it looks like the catamaran in front of us is about to move. He's just putting his dinghy on his lifting davit. So we might be here on our own.
Instead we decide to have a dinghy ride into Halifax. There's nothing there but the island dump.
All these boats up on the foreshore, they've all been from Beneteau, taking out the mangroves from Carriacou. They've all been dumped here. Just behind all those trees is the dump, or the landfill, to be torched. No recycling here. So what we're here to do is to go some snorkeling in Beneteau Island.
we arrive back at Saracen, the big catamaran has left. We thought it might do that. After a pleasant quiet night, we were up the next day, got the anchor up and set off. It didn't look like a promising day. There was heavy clouds starting to form as we were sailing up the west coast of Grenada. Then we run into a massive squall. The winds within the squall were gusting up to 38 knots. We both got absolutely soaked, but as soon as we were out of the squall, it actually turned into quite a nice day. The winds were up to 27 knots with a 1 to 2 metre swell or so, and we had a cracking sail for the rest of the day. And actually, we quickly dry out. head straight to Sandy Island on Carriacou, but we moved the next day round to Tyrrell Bay. The fetch going into the anchorage was too much in the strong winds. It was actually quite a rolly night.
Well, we've sailed up from Grenada and we're now at Carriacou, and we're in anchorage just off Sandy Island, which is just over there to my left, and you can see the bit that's missing that got taken away from Hurricane Beryl. So I was now looking on to Carriacou. That's Hillsborough ahead of us, which is the capital. You might not be able to make it out. And that's Paradise Beach. If you remember last year, I put a photograph somewhere of when we were sitting at Paradise Beach looking onto Sandy Isle. Well, this is the opposite. It's been a rather windy day in our sail up, with about 38 knots of wind in the tasty bits. It didn't take us very long. We're now playing about, sorting out crap again. And Grenada will be away down there. This is us on Sandy Island, and if we walk up to the east side, it used to be full of palm trees and coconut trees, but now they're all destroyed. This is the aftermath of Beryl. And the west side of the island's totally gone. Look down there. It's actually breached through. We'll walk down there in a minute. It's only 8:30 in the morning. The sun's just come up. And the anchorage was still a bit rolly last night, but it was better than the other day when we were around here to try and do this. And the reason why we're here is there's a reef just up here at this northeast end of the island that we're going to go and snorkel on. And we've got the whole island just to ourselves. Nobody here other than footprints. And we'll now be known as 45-degree island. Because every tree's at 45 degrees. Or every tree that's left. Lots of bits of coral about. I'm barefooted, so I need to watch where I'm putting my feet. The only thing we need to watch here is it can be a bit currenty. I was in swimming last night, it's quite a strong current. And this is where the reef is. There's a wee island up there called Jacatan. In between here and there is a new sculpture park, but I don't see any buoys. Meant to be buoys so you can go and tie your dinghy to. Might not be installed yet. Didn't look like this morning, did it? Yeah. It didn't look like this morning. Woke up this morning, it was all wet, miserable, like being in Scotland. All cloudy. Sculpture of a chimpanzee face. This is the tits and arse section. There's about 17 buoys here in the anchorage, but we're at anchor because you've no idea. You've got 30-ton boats on moorings here. The moorings are probably only 12-15 ton, so not taking a chance. Pristine beach. Not one footprint on it, apart from ours. Over there is Union Island, then we have Meru, in the background we have Palm Island, Petite Martinique will be around the corner. Right in the distance you can just make out Tobago Keys, which we're planning on going there tomorrow, possibly. Next week, possibly. It all depends what happens with the water maker. Because the water maker's broke at the moment and we're waiting in bits coming from Italy, and somebody in St Lucia is going to go and install them. And this is what's left of the south-west side of the island. Nice big breakers. Wonder how many years it takes for it all to grow back. And the coral to re-establish itself. I don't know if you see it, but there's Saracen bobbing about a wee bit of rock at the anchorage. So even on a good day, it's going to be a bit rolling. Love to get the drone out. You're not allowed to fly your drone in Grenada, but we could just do it and not tell anybody.
They've got a list of stuff to fix. First up, it's the compass.
Good morning. Remember when I said boat jobs were done for the year? Well, I lied. When we were on passage, we had an issue with our Fluxgate compass, which is fitted up there. Right, and from prior experience, we know the cables go down here, and in there's a cable joint. And what we get is we get water. If we get water in the lazarette, the water comes along here and lies in this cable, and it'll all be corroded. So we need to take the fire extinguisher off, move the heater outlet, move this board, and have a look at the wires. So, welcome back. So half an hour later, we've got this aftermarket crap block that obviously somebody's fitted, and these two here, the two grounds, were corroded, so we weren't getting a power signal to the compass. And we've just motored round from Sandy Island round to Tyrrell Bay. If you look at the chart plotter now, we're now pointing the right way, whereas before we were pointing down the way all the time. So, job done. On to the next one now.
We dinghied ashore to get some provisions and dump the trash. En route, we see the ferry that's been washed ashore as a result of Hurricane Beryl earlier on in the season. We take a trip into the mangroves.
tidied up, haven't they? Any house with blue on it means it's got a tarpaulin over the roof.
These used to be very lush mangroves. Actually, when we were in here last time, everything was green and lush, and there was a lot of, well, a few boats.
A few abandoned boats. We'll do a before and after. We've got some footage of it. This pontoon used to be over there, and there used to be finger pontoons in there, all gone. Oh, God, that was a big step. There's the yard. There's more boats with masts on than I thought there would be. We can get out here to the. See if we can get out there till. So they've all been put back up. It's a fuel store over there. There's 2 tanks missing. Oh, sorry, that's all gone. Loads of trees now. Used to go out for dinner up there in that restaurant. This is all the scrap that they've been cleaning up. Tons of it. It's everybody's roofs. There used to be a building there. Isn't it? Huh? There used to be a building there. Morning. And same again, used to be a building there as well.
We're both quite saddened with the destruction that we see in the island of Carriacou. It's a beautiful island, and we hope that the government of Grenada address the efforts required quickly enough to get the island back up and running again. Thanks for watching, guys, and please remember to leave a like and subscribe to our channel. If you've enjoyed this episode, there's 2 other episodes either side of me, and I'll leave a link in the description below if you want to watch them. In our next video, we continue heading north. We'll need to stop in at St Lucia on the way up to a very busy Rodney Bay. We need to collect some water maker parts to fix the water maker. Saracen out. See you.